Good evening to those listening. It's March 24th, 2026, 7:12 p.m. And this is going to be it for a while. All right, so these are going to be the Bible changes. The last video cut off. My camera just stopped working. I was almost done. I only had 2 chapters to go in Luke, but for some reason my camera just stopped and cut it off. So sorry about that, but we're going to finish the last 2 chapters of Luke, and I'm going to try to get through the book of John. John has less changes because I haven't gone through the whole book of John yet. We found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ a king. So we remembered from the last one that he gave tribute to Caesar, and he told everybody to do that too. I think I left off with Herod's jurisdiction. And when Herod saw Jesus, he was exceeding glad, not exceedingly, for he was desirous to see him of a long season. Then he questioned with him in many words. And the chief priests and scribes stood and vehemently accused him. And Herod with his men of war and mocked him and arrayed him in a glorious robe. And the same day Pilate and Herod were made friends together? Facebook friends? Wait a minute. When do you remember Pilate and Herod ever being friends? Said unto them, Ye have brought this man unto me as one that perverteth the people. Have found no fault in this man touching those things. Nothing worthy of death is done unto him. I will therefore chastise him and release him. Emoticon. Wink, wink. They're going to release unto us Barabbas for a certain sedation made in the city. He did an insurrection in the NIV. I have found no cause of death in him. Therefore I will chastise him and let him go. And they were instant with loud voices. And Pilate gave sentence and released unto them him that for sedation and murder was cast into prison, whom they had desired. And this is a sexist verse 27. And there followed him a great company of people and of women. Wow. Blessed are the barren and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck. Do you remember Jesus saying that? Then shall they begin to say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills, cover us. For if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry? Now the thieves that were hanging beside one on the left and one on the right of Jesus are now malefactors. Malefactors. They derided him. Superscription. Malefactors which were hang-railed on him. And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds, but this man hath done nothing amiss. And then the order of Jesus' death and the things that happened. It was about the 6th hour. There was a darkness over all the earth. The sun was darkened. There was an earthquake too, but that's been taken out. The veil of the temple was rent in two, but now it's rent in the midst. And then Jesus said, Father, into thy hands I commit my spirit, not command. He gave up the ghost. So all that stuff happened before Jesus died. No, Jesus died first, and then there was darkness and an earthquake, and then the veil was rent in two. And again, they smote their breast. Oh! And all his acquaintances, and Joseph, which craved the body of Jesus in Mark, he went unto Pilate and begged the body of Jesus. And he took it down, not him down, and wrapped it in linen. So now Jesus' body is an it. The Sabbath drew on very early in the morning. Usually there's a time, like the 6th hour. And it came to pass, as they were much perplexed thereabout, behold, 2 angels. And be crucified, and the 3rd day rise again. So how many times is Jesus rising? And there rose Peter and ran unto the sepulchre, and stooping down, and he beheld the linen clothes laid by themselves, and departed, wondering in himself. Jesus himself drew near. Must be another Jesus. They were holden. What manner of communications are these? Phones or texts or emails? And they said unto him concerning Jesus of Nazareth, which was a prophet, mighty in deed and word. No, he was the Messiah. He was Jesus. He wasn't a prophet. Our company made us astonished. They also seen a vision of angels. No, the angels were there. They didn't see a vision of them. Do you remember Jesus saying, "Oh, fools"? He might have said, "Oh, slow of heart to believe." At the beginning and all the prophets, he expounded unto them. But they constrained him. Abide with us, for it is toward evening, and the day is far spent. Jesus himself. But they were terrified and affrighted. Behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me. And they gave him a piece of broiled fish. They broiled it for him. And of honeycomb. Maybe it was bread. All right, we're on John now. And of his fullness, with only one L, have all we received. And grace for grace. The NIV was grace in place of grace. But grace and truth. Elias for Elijah. We got Esaias instead of Isaiah. He it is. Do you remember this town or city? Behold the Lamb of God which taketh away the sin of the world. I believe it used to be sins of the world. Now this is John the Baptist speaking. This is he of whom I said, after me cometh a man. Now Jesus is just a man. And again, John has two disciples, but the two disciples heard him, and then they followed Jesus and became Jesus' disciples. Emoticon, wink, wink. We have found the Messiah. Nope, now it's Messias. Jonah, thou shalt be called Cephas, which is by interpretation a stone. No, it's supposed to be rock. Peter was the rock. It looks like Nathanael is spelled differently. It says, we have found him of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write. Do you remember Moses writing about Jesus? They had 6 water pots and containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. In the NIV, it says gallons. And they filled them to the brim. Fill it to the rim with brim coffee. The governor. Bear unto the governor of the feast. Then it's the ruler of the feast. Then it's the governor again. And they continued there not many days. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he made a whip. Jesus made a whip, not a scourge. Make not my Father's house an house of merchandise? Den of thieves. The zeal of thine house hath eaten me up. 46 years was this temple in building, and wilt thou rear it up? Raise it up. Rearing is for rearing up children. They got Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. No, he was a member of the Sanhedrin. Marvel not, like the Marvel superheroes. The wind bloweth where it listeth. Jesus said that Nicodemus, art thou a master of Israel? And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man which is in heaven. So Jesus is on earth and in heaven at the same time. And Moses lifted up his serpent. John 3:15, 16, and 17. Should not perish, shall be shall not perish. Whosoever believeth in him should not perish, shall not perish. Might be saved. Does anybody remember this town? There was much water there. John's disciples. And they came unto John and said unto him, Rabbi. They're calling John a rabbi. Ye yourselves bear me witness. When, therefore, Jesus himself, he must needs go. In the meanwhile, 2 words, his disciples prayed him. My meat is to do the will. Look on the fields, for they are white, not ripe. already to harvest. Many of the Samaritans of that city believed on him. No, believed in him. Jesus himself. I wouldn't be surprised if it says Jesus in the flesh. Then he inquired he of them the hour when he began to amend, when he began to get better. Sheep market, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk. The stirring of the waters changed to troubled the water. After the troubling of the water, an impotent man. The Jews therefore said unto him, that was cured, he was healed. We got marvel, and marvel again, marvel not. And then we got even Moses. For he had believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. I don't remember Moses writing about Jesus. We got a company. We got he himself, Pennyworth. Much grass in the place. This is of a truth that prophet that should come into the world. No, Messiah. Have you ever heard of this? And it was now dark. He that eateth me. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. The world cannot hate you. He that was without sin, let him cast the first stone. No, let him first cast a stone at her. The truth shall make you free. No, the truth shall set you free. Jesus spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle. He is of age. He can speak for himself. Because I laid down my life that I might take it again. I have power to lay it down and I have power to take it again. Corn of wheat. We have the high priest's servant, not the Roman soldier. But now we have a name. The servant's name was Malchus. So there's more changes. I still have to go through, finish out John, but I'm sure I'll find a lot more. But I'm finished through chapter 9 so far. Thanks for watching. God bless.